Hello, student. Let us continue from where we left off. We were talking about we just talked about the behavioral symptoms. Now we also have what we call cognitive effects, which refers to the inability of the employee to making decisions or frequent when the employee now experiences what we call frequent forgetfulness or they experiencing mental blocks. That's when they cannot think. It tampers with their creativity. Now we have work-related effects. These include absenteeism, poor industrial relations, and poor productivity, high accident rate, and high labor turnover rate. So remember, we spoke about the causes of stress. The second part was the consequences of stress. Now the other part is now how to overcome or how to reduce this stress problems. Approaches. We have two kinds of approaches: individual approach and the enterprise approach. Individual approach is you as an employee personally. How can you be able to overcome this or reduce the stress levels? And the enterprise, now we're talking about management. What can they do to reduce stress problems? So individuals, let's start with them. Individuals could admit that they are experiencing stress. Not admission, sorry for that. Admitting is the first step to overcoming. Then second one, individuals could manage time better. We are most stressed when we are working under pressure and we don't have time. Like for you as students, you like to study under pressure a lot. Well, let's just continue. Individuals could participate in non-competitive physical exercises. Physical exercise is also important. Individuals could do relaxation techniques like yoga. Then individuals could talk to friends, family, and colleagues. Do not isolate yourself. Individuals could attack the problem directly. That is by knowing what is the cause and then dealing with it directly. Perhaps sometimes maybe you are too alienated and therefore you are tired of the job. You should now apply, so that you can be promoted or get other jobs and whatnot. Individuals could develop outside interests and hobbies. This is very, very helpful. Individuals could change to a healthier diet. Individuals could love more. Yes. Individuals could develop what we call self-esteem and confidence. So, what about the enterprise approach? What should management do or look into? They should look into improved selection. There's supposed to be a D there. There's supposed to be a D right here. Improved selection and job placement strategies. Management should look into realistic goal setting. Management should look into redesigning of jobs. Management should look into increased employee involvement. Okay, let me do this. Yes, as we are saying that this first one, when we say they should look into improving or improved selection and job placement strategies, because now where the employees are going to be placed, they should be placed where they perform to their optimum level. This can also increase what we call job satisfaction. Realistic goal setting it should be realistic. Sometimes the organization can set high goals. That is what is now stressing employees out. Redesigning of jobs and looking into increased employee involvement. As employees, the more employees are involved, the more satisfied they can become. They're involved in decision making and all of that. It also increases job enrichment. Management should look into improving enterprise communication. Yes, there should be upward communication as well as downward communication. Management should look into training employees. Sometimes employees could be stressed because they can realize that they don't have skills that are necessary to perform certain tasks that the job or the position demands. So that could be stressful. So training can solve that kind of stress. Management should look into team building exercises. Should look into mentoring, daycare facilities, especially let's say daycare facilities, could be helpful, knowing that when you have a child as a female employee, that your child is taken care of while you are working. She is just, the child, he or she is just nearby within the premises of the workplace. That shows this is what we call quality of work life. It reduces stress drastically. So I do believe we have come to the end of this chapter 4. Let us look at the question papers and see the question papers. The questions. Now the questions dealing with the second part. These are the guidelines to follow when closing the training program. You see, we've talked about that. Then we have differentiate between a type A individual and a type B individual in terms of dealing with stress. So this will deal with it. You will find it on page 37. We'll talk about it in class when we meet. And then we have, let's see, 6 enterprise factors that are regarded as the cause of stress. You see, they say discuss, so that therefore you need to name and explain. All right, let's check the second question paper. Second question paper, 2021 July. There it goes. List 10 approaches that enterprises can use to reduce stress. What are those 10 approaches? You see, 10 approaches. How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly 10. And they said the enterprise approaches, so they are seeking for that. Let's go and say, briefly explain 5 categories in which stress may be present or may present itself. I don't know, something like that. They are talking about what are those categories. Let's check the categories. Here are the categories: physiological symptoms, psychological symptoms. So if they said name and explain, you should be able to do so here. Let's go to the 12 items. We've already talked about that. All right, let's go to another question paper. Maybe two more after here. This is the one of 2020. Where there you go. You see, everything is chapter 5. Everything. I mean, it's question 5. So we can now realize this question paper sometimes can be predicted because the 3 consecutive question papers, chapter 4 is question 5. So now this one says, name 10 items to be included in the checklist of equipment. State 12 items to be included in the checklist for speaker. That's why we said the magic number is 12. 12. Don't go for minimum, at least go for 12 so that you know that you are safe. Let's go for 5.3. State 10 individual approaches, this time not enterprise, that can help individuals to reduce stress. Students, you have a lot to study here. Let's go for the last question paper so that we can see. Let's see whether it's going to be question 5 as well. There you go. Question 5. List 10 individual ways of overcoming stress. Remember, there are 2. There is enterprise and there is individual. So now they are seeking for individual. Name 6 enterprise factors that cause stress. Describe differences between the following: stress and burnout. I told you. Yeah. So you can see that this question paper is really predictable. I think you will do best. So yeah, no, thanks a lot, students. Good luck with this chapter. I will see you in class.